Good evening, students. Today we will be continuing with the remaining markings of the map of India. In the last lecture, we had completed rivers, the cities, okay, and the two types of winds, which were the southwest monsoon winds of Arabian Sea branch and the Bay of Bengal branch. Okay, for a revision, you can once again view the last video which I had uploaded. Okay. So today we'll continue and let's start with the next marking. That is, first one is the Tropic of Cancer. Now, as you all know that we have three major latitudes. First is the equator in the southernmost part of the India, which passes from the center of the earth, that is the equator. And here there's a line that is the Tropic of Cancer. Okay. And on the downward side there's a Tropic of Capricorn, but we don't have to mark equator or Capricorn, but yes, we should know how to mark Tropic of Cancer. On this map the line has been given, but on the map which will be provided to you in the exam, there the line will not be given. So see how to mark Tropic of Cancer. You can see a curve over here. Okay, so you just have to touch the curve, that is the first line. Okay, you should not go below this curve. If you go below this curve, it will be considered as a wrong. Okay, next, this is the river Damodar. So wherever the river Damodar ends, that should be the second marking line over here. And between this straight line, see, this is a straight line over here, slightly down, you should have to go slightly down somewhat over here, and you just have to join these three markings and you'll get the Tropic of Cancer. So this is the Tropic of Cancer. Okay, so three things you have to keep in mind: that it starts from this edge where you are getting this curve. Okay, so from this curve, the first line, the second line where the Damodar river ends, and third slightly down in the middle, and then just you have to join these three dotted lines. Okay, and then you get the Tropic of Cancer. Next, I'll just write it, Tropic of Cancer. The next one is the standard meridian of India, that is the Indian Standard Time. You all have studied in standard 9th or standard 8th that India follows IST, that is the Indian Standard Time, which passes through Allahabad. Okay, so where is Allahabad? Allahabad is over here. This is the dot. This is the first dot, and second is you have to just touch this part of Sri Lanka, exactly on the edge of the Sri Lanka, and you have to join this line and this point. When you join this line, you get the Indian Standard Time. So I repeat, it should pass from the edge of the Sri Lanka and exactly through the Allahabad. If these 2 points are right, so this is the standard meridian. Okay, that is the Indian Standard Time, standard meridian of India. So we have completed these two markings. Now we will be marking the two oil fields from where we get oil. So there are two oil fields in India. First is the Mumbai High. See, there are two dots over here. One is this, which is a certain part is going inside, and the upper one. This upper one is Mumbai. So you have to come slightly outside the Mumbai and go little vertical upside. So Mumbai High is somewhat over here as a dot. So this is this is Mumbai High. Okay, this is the oil field of Mumbai. Next is the oldest oil field in India. In exam they can ask that which is the oldest oil field in India. That is Digboy. And where is Digboy? You can see these two lines, two parallel lines. In between that, you have to mark as Digboy. Okay, which is the oldest oil field of India. Next is the coal field. Okay, from where does the India gets cold? Mark a field. So you can see two curves over here. So in between those two curves, you have to mark. This is called as the Jharia. Okay, Jharia coalfield. So this dot is a Jharia coalfield. So you have to keep in mind that your dot should be between this two line and it should not go outside this. Okay. So this is the Jharia coalfield. Next is the a field, iron ore field. That from where do we get iron? So it is Singhbhum. So where is Singhbhum? You have to come downwards from where the Jharia has been marked. Come downwards little, like 1 centimeter, and then move slightly rightwards. So this is what? This is Singhbhum. Okay. So Singhbhum is a iron ore field. Okay, from where we get iron. Next are the two types of winds which we are going to mark. First is the western disturbance. You can see this part which is going inside, little inside. So there you have to mark 3 lines, 3 arrows. Okay, these winds are known as the western disturbance. Now what are western disturbance? These are the winds which are coming from the Mediterranean Sea towards India. So these are just the 3 arrows. Okay, so in the exam it will be asked as mark the western disturbance winds. So these winds you have to mark in this manner. Okay, these 3 arrows exactly, which is between this part. Okay, next is the northeast monsoon winds. So north is what? Here is the north and this side is the east. So the winds coming from the northeast will be called as the northeast monsoon winds. Same once again, here you have to draw 2 arrows going downwards. So in this way, these are the northeast monsoon winds. So we have completed around 6 things. I'll just repeat it. Tropic of Cancer 1. Second we had done is the Standard Meridian 2. Mumbai High 3, Digboy 4, Jharia 5, Singhbhum 6, Western Disturbance 7, and the Northeast Monsoon Winds as 8. So these 8 things we have completed till now. Now I have taken a new map to mark the rest of the things. Okay. So now we'll be marking the states of India. Let's start. First is the you will be asked to mark the sparsely populated states. Now what do you mean by sparsely populated? Where the density of population, the number of people living in those areas is limited, is less. So those regions are known as the sparsely populated areas. So in the exam it will be asked, mark a sparsely populated region in the west. So in the west we have Thar Desert, which starts from here to here. Okay, so this area is the Thar Desert and this is the sparsely populated region in the west, which is the Thar Desert. Okay, next mark a sparsely populated region in the east. This was the west, this is the east. So in the east we have Arunachal Pradesh. So from where does the Arunachal Pradesh starts? See, keep in mind this area is Nepal. Okay, this area is Nepal, this is Bhutan, and from the edge of the Bhutan you have to go straight and then you have to take a curve. So this full area this is what? This is Arunachal Pradesh. This is the most sparsely populated region in the east. So two things you have to keep in mind, that it starts from the edge of the Bhutan and then it takes a curve and it comes down little. So this black shaded area is the Arunachal Pradesh. Next is the sparsely populated region in the north. So that is the Jammu and Kashmir. So you can see this line. From there you have to start and you have to come little bit down. So this full area, this is what? This is Jammu and Kashmir. This is the sparsely populated region in the north, that is Jammu and Kashmir. Now next is the we have marked 3 areas which are sparsely populated. Now we will be marking 2 areas which are densely populated. Densely, as you all know, where the population is high. So one densely populated area in the south, that is the Kerala. So from where you have to start Kerala? On the edge of this river. You have to start from the edge of the river and you have to mark till the middle of this southern coast. Okay, so it starts from here and it is somewhat like this. So this is the Kerala. So now what is the Kerala? Kerala is the densely populated state in the south. Okay, understood? So next, now we will be marking all the hills and the mountains of India. So first is the western and the eastern Ghats. So these are on the west, so they are known as the Western Ghats. So from where does it start? From here. And it goes up to Kerala. So these are the Western Ghats. Okay, starting from here and it goes up to the start of the Kerala. So these are the Western Ghats. Now the Eastern Ghats, which is between these 2 rivers. This is so these are the Western Ghats and these 2 are the Eastern Ghats. Okay, this was the Kerala. This area was Kerala. This area was the Thar Desert. Next is the 3 types of hills, which is the Garo, Khasi and the Jaintia hills. See, they are all 3 in line. You can see this. First, a small 1 centimeter line. This is the Garo. This is the Khasi and this is the Jaintia. First one is Garo, Khasi and the Jaintia hills. Okay, because of these hills, there is a place over here, Cherrapunji and the Mausin Ram. Because of these hills, Cherrapunji and Mausin Ram is getting the highest rainfall in the world. Okay, so in the exam they will ask you mark Garo hills. So first is the Garo, Khasi and the Jaintia. Next one, where is the Aravali's? Regarding the Aravali's, you all might be aware that where is Aravali's? See, if I consider the edge of the India, this is the edge of the India. If I come straight down, okay, if I come straight down, this is one line, and see from here where the India is coming inside. From here, if I come straight from the meeting point of these 2 lines, the Aravali's starts. Okay, so Aravali's go for around 3 centimeters and it is a small curve, so it is somewhat like this. Okay, so this is Aravali's. The Aravali's are the mountain ranges in the Rajasthan. So in this map also we have completed the 8 things. The first one was Jammu and Kashmir, second Kerala, third Thar, fourth Arunachal Pradesh, fifth the Western Ghats, sixth the Eastern Ghats, seventh the Garo, Khasi, Jaintia hills, and eighth the Thar Desert. So till now we have done 16 markings we have completed. So now I will be taking a new map to mark the next 8 things. So next I will be marking is the Vindhyas mountains, which is over here. These are the Vindhyas. Okay, and next are the Satpura ranges, which is between these two rivers, that is the Narmada and the Tapi. So in between these two rivers you find the Satpura ranges. Okay, so this is the Vindhya range and this is the Satpura range. In the northern India there is a Karakoram range. It is also a mountain. You just have to take a curve over here. This is what? This is the Karakoram ranges. It is a mountain. Okay, so these three things we have marked: Vindhyas, Satpuras and the Karakoram range. So next mountain which we will be marking is the Himalayas. Okay, so from where does the Himalaya starts? You can see a curve coming inside. The part of India which is coming inside, from there the Himalayas starts. So this is the first line from where the Himalayas starts. Okay, and see one more curve you can see over here through of India which is coming inside. So this is the curve where the Himalayas ends, and this is the curve where the Himalaya starts. And now you have to consider that where is the Nepal. See India is somewhat like this. So this area is Nepal. Okay, so between this area of Nepal you have to mark the second line, and then you have to join this three curves and you will get the Himalayan mountains. Okay, understood? So this whole line, this is the Himalayas. Okay, see, these are all the tricks you have to remember, because slight difference in your marking and you will lose your 1 mark. Okay, so you don't have to take these map markings lightly, but once you do it thoroughly, once you get to know what are the exact markings, and then it's done. You are going to get 10 on 10 in maps. So we have did 4 mountains, that is the Karakoram range, Himalayan mountains, Vindhyas and the Satpuras. Okay, now we will be marking the plateaus of India, the 3 plateaus of India. First is the Chota Nagpur plateau. So where it is? Once again, where we had marked the Jharia in this box. So connected to this 2 lines is the Chota Nagpur plateau. Okay, the Chota Nagpur plateau. This whole circle is the Chota Nagpur plateau. You have to keep in mind that you do not have to go below this Tropic of Cancer, and you have to your marking should be connected with this 2 lines and a small circle over here. So this is the Chota Nagpur plateau. Next is the Deccan plateau. So where is the Deccan plateau? It is below the river Tapi. You have to start from here, below the river Tapi, and it is like a triangle over here. This like a shield. This is the Deccan plateau. Okay, the Deccan plateau. So this was Chota Nagpur, this is the Deccan plateau. Next is the Malwa plateau, which is between these 2 rivers. Okay, so between these 2 rivers you have to make a circle, and this becomes the Malwa plateau. Malwa plateau, Chota Nagpur plateau and the Deccan plateau. Next is the Nilgiri hills. You can see a curve over here. From here you have to come outside a little bit. This is the Nilgiri hills. Okay, so even on this map we have completed the next 8 things. First Karakoram, second Himalayas, third Chota Nagpur plateau, fourth Malwa plateau, fifth Vindhyas, sixth Satpuras, seventh the Deccan plateau, eighth the Nilgiri hills. One more set of 8 things we have done. So we have completed till now 24 things. So we'll move on to the next 8 things and we'll take a new map. In the next 8 sets, I'll be marking the first is the Mount Goodwin Austen. See, you can see this line coming down on the map of India. On the left hand side of this, a small triangle you have to mark, and this will be called as the Mount Goodwin Austen. Goodwin Austen. Okay, so remember, it should not go above India, it should be in India, and it is on the left hand side of this curve which has come inside, and very close to it you have to mark this, and it should not touch the river. Okay, this is the Mount Goodwin Austen. Next is the Mount Kanchenjunga, where it is. If I start, I follow a line over here. See this line. See, this area is Bhutan, which is coming down. No, this area is Bhutan. So next to, on the once again on the left hand side of the Bhutan, here it is Mount Kanchenjunga. Okay, so then you have to draw a triangle over here once again. Next, I'll be marking, this is Mount Goodwin Austen and this was Mount Kanchenjunga. Okay, now I'll be marking pass. The symbol of pass is of this kind. Now what is a pass? Where there's a way from to enter from one country to another country is called a pass. Okay, so see, this is Nepal, this is Bhutan. In between there's a space, so that space is the Nathula Pass, and you have to mark in this way. Okay, the symbol of pass is of this way. Okay, I'll just rub it out and show you once again clearly. See, this is Bhutan. On this line of Bhutan, you have to draw this arrow, draw this curves. Okay, that becomes the Nathula Pass, and just इसके बाजू में is Mount Kanchenjunga. Next pass is the, I showed the curve over here. On the left hand side was the Mount Goodwin Austen. On the right hand side is the Karakoram Pass. Okay, just on the right hand side there is a Karakoram Pass over here, which from here we can enter into China. So there's a road over here, there's a pass over here. So 4 things we have done. These are the 4 things. So next 4 things are the coast. What is a coast? An area near a river. That is a coast. The area near the oceans. Okay, not the river. So first we will be marking is the Konkan coast, which starts from the Narmada Tapi. From the river Narmada it starts and it stops, ends at the sea. Wherever these 2 rivers are bisecting, straight line if I draw over here, so area from here up till here is the Konkan coast. Keep in mind, a coast must be a proper line only. It should not be like this somewhat. It should not be like this. It should not be thick. It should be a single line. Why? Because it's a coast. If you draw a thick line, it will be called as an area. So just to draw a single line, single dark line, to draw a coast. So up till here is what? This is the Konkan coast. Next we will be drawing is the Kanara coast. See, from here where the Konkan coast ends, and from the starting point of this river, this area is the Kanara coast. I will not draw, I will just write it so that it is easy to understand for you. This area is the Kanara coast, and from here up till the middle of the South India, this is the Malabar coast. Okay, so if in the exam you all have been asked to mark Kanara coast, you have to just mark this much area. This is the Malabar coast. Next we'll be marking is the Coromandel coast. Now Coromandel coast starts from here and it ends to the starting of this river. Okay, this is what? This is the Coromandel coast. Next is the Northern Circas, which starts from where the Coromandel coast ends and it goes up to till here. Okay, to the till here. So see, this is the intersecting from here up till here. This is called as the northern Sarkars. So again we have completed 8 things. 1, 2, 3, 4, Konkan 5, Kanara 6, Malabar 7, 6, Coromandel 7 and 8. Okay, 9 things we have completed over here. Okay, so we have completed the maps of India. Only 2 things are left. First is soils of India and next is how to mark UP, Bihar and the Gangetic Plain. These 2 things I'll teach you all when the classes once again resumes, because it's not possible to explain these things on the video. So we have completed almost 90% of the map markings of India. Okay, so you have to mark all the things once as your homework and you have to submit me latest by tomorrow. You can use around 2 maps, 3 maps as you are comfortable, but you have to just mark it once in your maps of India and you have to send me a copy of it. And very soon I'll be keeping a test so that you all don't forget. Okay, thank you.